funk. Thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Gray, how late in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Got myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly. To me, it's stress I hold. Hey, got myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly. Cleansing me, it's stress I hold. Realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and reconnect to myself and all that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress to bring me looking like when blessings drop in. And so I got myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah. Let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Test. Let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord.
Warning, the following image and/or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Happy Friday, y'all. What's up with it? Salute. Welcome. Welcome to the lounge, y'all. Hey, welcome to the lounge, y'all. Welcome. Welcome to this noonday episode. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all. And I hope y'all are the ones who are out working right now. And I hope y'all are having a very productive work day. And I'm happy to give you all this thought-provoking content while you're at work. All right. So appreciate that. Yes. Salute everyone for tuning in. Yes, we do got a phenomenal show that we're going to tune into today. Normally, I do my shows on during primetime hours, but I know tonight more than likely I won't be able to because probably more than likely I'll be out DJing, doing my thing. So yeah. But so that's why I want to go ahead and do this noonday show for y'all, so y'all can get this good old thought-provoking content. We do got one good show today that I want to present to y'all. I want to get y'all perspective on this situation that happened. Some of y'all may be aware of it. If you're following TikTok and following trending topics, you may be aware of the situation that we're going to present to you today. And so yes, I want to get y'all perspective on it as well. You know what I'm saying? As y'all know, I'm always going to give you my perspective on this situation. All right. So without further ado, we get ready to get into this content. Cheapo, I see you saying that she's in the clouds. Cheapo, why in the hell you going to come in and say that you in the clouds, but put, I don't know, down. Never mind. But by the way, my thoughts is going out to everyone who's over there on the West Coast. Over there on the West Coast, to my understanding, Russia had received a 9.0 earthquake a couple of days ago, right? And it created a tsunami. Okay, and so. To my understanding, that tsunami kind of affected the west coast of the United States. That includes Hawaii and parts of California. So I'm reaching out to y'all, make sure y'all good over there. Which as I was looking at the additional reports, it seemed like it didn't do much damage. You know what I'm saying? Like they was anticipated on doing over there in the west coast. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. West Coast, y'all deal with a lot as it is over there. Y'all deal with a lot over there as it is. Y'all deal with earthquakes over there, wildfires, and all kind of crazy stuff over there. So y'all don't need no tsunami under y'all belt at all. Nope. Y'all don't need that. Y'all don't need no problems. Even with California, not only California, but even with Hawaii, y'all don't need them problems, man. Y'all don't need them problems at all. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all. That's why I'm reaching out to y'all. Make sure that y'all good over there. All right. Cheapo, she said, because I know you're about to go ham on this topic. Shit. Absolutely. You know the interesting thing about this was that I was just going to do this a regular video on this particular topic, but a lot of information started pouring out about this situation. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just go and do a live show on this and give y'all my perspective on this. All right. So yeah. So there's a lot going on in the situation. We're going to talk about it, y'all. We're going to talk about it for real. Make sure those of y'all who are tuned into the stream right now, make sure you hit that thumbs up, man. The reason why, because it helps out with the YouTube algorithm. It lets YouTube know that you want more of this thought-provoking content, all right? And another thing, too, is that those of y'all who are content creators, right, I do advise y'all to always do what is known as a call to action to your channels, okay? A call to action is simply what I did a few moments ago, where I'm encouraging people to hit the thumbs up. All right. Now, a lot of y'all really don't understand how the YouTube algorithm works. Okay. How the way it works is this: you get fans, so you get subscribers to normally sub up to your channel, but they have to participate with your channel. Okay, meaning that it's very for you as the content creator, you have to want to promote. You have to sell yourself. You have to want to tell them to, hey, get the thumbs up, share out the live and different things like that. The reason why that's so vital and important is because the true YouTube algorithm is this. The true YouTube algorithm is going to show that you like this content And it's going to continue to send you notifications. And on top of that, it's going to give you content that's similar to the type of content that you like. Okay. The reason why I know this is because I've been in different meetings with YouTube creative community, and they told me the 411 on how to promote your channel. Y'all already know that I've been to one meeting. What was that? I went to Houston to one of they kickback meetings or whatever. So that was almost like 3 or 4 months ago, and they always send me information all the time. So one of the biggest things that they want me to tell y'all is this: make sure that you do your call to action. That is the most important thing to do with your channel. Notify people, let them know to hit the thumbs up. Okay. Keep telling them that, throughout your stream. Hit the thumbs up, you know what I'm saying? Because that is very important. That's what's really going to promote your channel. It's going to get pushed out into the YouTube algorithm where more people is going to see your content and they're going to watch it. And guess what? They're going to start subbing up to your content, all right? So that's putting you on game on that because y'all know I'm not a gatekeeper, all right? So appreciate that. Joe, what's up with it? Appreciate you in the lounge. Salute. And salute to each and every last one of y'all who are tuned into the show. Appreciate y'all as well. And everyone who are catching the replay as well too. Today episode, we're going to deal with a United States postal worker, okay? This United States postal worker, she ended up having a viral video that end up going viral on TikTok and all other social media platform because of her mistake that she made. All right. So without further ado, let me go ahead and show you this video, and we're going to dive into this topic. We're going to dive into what caused this situation. Was this the best course of action? And we're just going to dive deeper. All right, let's get it.
Without car seats.
Give a fuck, bitch.
Hit me.
Hey. I'm waiting on my nigga to come get my kid. Hey, fuck around with him. Hey, what the fuck is y'all doing? What the fuck is y'all doing?
I got it all on video.
I
He in
don't
there.
care. My man coming to get my kid. So what?
Let me go get the address for you.
If you can't hear the volume, turn your damn phones up.
No, he do his job too. He works. Wow.
All right, so what y'all think about this clip, this whole situation that's happening right now? How y'all feel about this? How y'all feel about this? I see a whole lot of red flags in this situation, all right? Whole lot of red flags. But before I give you these red flags, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair in this situation. I'm going to be fair and unbiased in this particular situation, okay? Now, to be fair, when I did my research on this particular situation, to be fair, she had pulled up with her work vehicle to pick her children up from daycare, okay? Now, allegedly, the story was that she had called her baby daddy and he couldn't pick up the kids. So she had to go on pick up the kids from the daycare. She's up in her work truck, right? So she decided to go into the daycare, get her children, and put the children into her work truck and close it up. For some strange reason, she decided to go back into the daycare for whatever reason and stuff, right? Then that's when the child father, or the stories say they was either the child father or they want a child's father brother. That's when he had walked up to the truck, opened up the truck and started filming and showing that she literally left these kids in this federal truck unattended. All right. So this was started this whole controversy. Now, there are a lot of back and forth that's going on in the situation where one side of it is that some people are saying that, hey, what the dude did to her is wrong and he's a deadbeat dad and all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Another side of it is that people are saying that she shouldn't have left these children in this work truck to begin with in the first place. All right. And the plot twist of the story is that she is allegedly saying that The reason why the child father, the baby daddy, had did this to her is because he was trying to defame her. He was trying to get back at her because she had filed child support against him. Okay. She had filed child support against him, and guess what? He had presented this on video to the judge, and they had got him a temporarily restraining order against her, meaning that she won't be able to be in contact with her children until the actual hearing. All right. So that's the story. That's the unbiased story of what's currently happening right now. But once again, I want to get y'all perspective on this. All right. Do y'all believe that this was the best course of action for her to do in this moment? Now keep in mind, once again, the child father, he couldn't want to pick up the children from the daycare for whatever strange reason. She could have found somebody else to pick up the children for whatever strange reason, because check this out. By me being a father, I know how daycares work, okay? So how daycare work is this. Of course, you have to pay all this money, and it's very expensive. You know what I'm saying? That's the first part of it. The second part of it is this. According to the daycares and stuff, right, you'll have the main custodial parent who's on the list, right? But also you could add additional guardianship who could come and pick up the children. So you mean to tell me that by her going through all these progressions, she went through the child's father, he said he couldn't do it, right? And she had other progressions as well too, like her mother, her friend, someone who she could count on. Hell, she said her nigga, her man. She didn't trust her man to go and pick up the children for her, put him on the list so he could go pick up the children. I'm calling cap and I'm calling bullshit.
That's bullshit.
All right? Because we're getting deeper into this, all right? So after this situation happened and stuff, right, there been a lot of response to this, okay? Check out these response, all right?
The boy that swung open that mail truck door, I hope he gets charged for tampering with government property, because isn't it illegal to open a mail truck door? Did y'all see the video of that boy? I'm assuming it's a boy. It's sounding like a dude swinging open that mail truck door, trying to expose that mail lady because she had to bring her kids with her to work. The kids are in the back of the mail truck. It looks like a 12 or 13-year-old, and I want to...
Now keep in mind, all these different reports that are coming out right now, this is before she had made her claim about what happened in the situation, okay? So, once again, she didn't bring the children to work with her, okay? She was allegedly either still working or was getting off of work, and she had to go and pick up the children from daycare, all right?
Say 2 younger ones. She got out of the truck to deliver some mail, and while she was delivering the mail, he took time out of his day. We only got 24 hours, Lord. He took time out of his day. Swing open that mail truck to expose the kids. What made you want to do that? Like, what made you want to open that door? First of all, record it, and not record it just so you can have evidence for the police or nothing. You wanted a moment. You did not give a damn about those kids. A lot of y'all really just need to learn how to mind y'all business. Y'all let everything under the sun slide, just letting all kind of stuff go on. Mind your business. Seeing that video really just made me think about the stories that I hear about a single mother. She had to leave her kids at home so she can go to work, and by the time she get back, the house done caught on fire or something like that. Single mothers have it so hard sometimes, and you don't know what that woman is going through. Clearly, she has no other options. Clearly. So for you to do that and then post it to expose her even further, shame on you. Shame on you.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all, period. I believe that she had other options. She doesn't exercise the option logically. And this goes back to what I always say about modern women, where instead of using logic and reasoning to make sound decisions, right, they always make decisions based on their emotions. This is what I believe what happened in this situation, okay? I believe that she had asked the child father to pick the children up, right? He didn't want to do it to be spiteful. But I want y'all to follow me on this, okay? The reason why this dude was being spiteful is because, like what I said earlier, that she had put this dude on child support. For whatever reason she wanted to do that, she had put him on child support. Now, normally what happens in these situations with these type of women is that they'll give these dudes an ultimatum. They'll say that you either have to do this certain type of thing how the way we want you to do it. If you don't follow this certain type of thing how the way we want you to do it, I'm going to put them papers on you. I'm going to put you on child support. So in this particular situation, she had this conversation with it and became petty with this dude and put child support orders on him. The dude ended up returning, instead of being logical and stuff, right? He returned and said that, you know what, I'm going to one up her. I'm going to do something better. I'm going to prove to the court that she's an incompetent mother. So he literally thought out, used logic, used reasoning to come up with this grand scheme to literally record his children being in this worker truck with the mother or whatever. The scheme worked, and she ended up getting a temporary restraining order, and they have a warrant hearing with the Office of Attorney General. So that's the difference between using logic, reasoning versus using your emotions. Now, just like this lady right here saying, he's talking about, oh, he's being emotional because of this and that and that. To me, to be honest with you, he's using logic and reasoning to get what he wants. Now, do I agree with the concept about him doing it? No, I don't agree with it at all, period. I don't agree with, him doing that, because at the end of the day, it's always what is in the best interest for the children. Once again, it is always what is in the best interest for the children, period. Okay? During this situation, the children became traumatized. The children, as you seen on the first video, the children was crying. They don't know what's going on and all the stuff that was happening to them and stuff, right? Children will remember that for real. I'm just saying. Now, not only he said this exactly, they're making excuses. They put themselves in this position. And then Joe, she said this, I understand having to do with what you have to do to get it done. It is a rough spot to be in, especially with toxicity amongst adults, okay? Then Lionel, he responded back by saying, hey, the kids will be okay. Always what is in the best interest of the children. Agreed, okay? So check this out. This situation where Joe is saying, right? Now, all of us who are parents, right? We could gravitate towards that. We could relate to that, okay? Because all of us, had to do certain things to where, we just had to make it work. Like case in point, if you're a single mother or you're a single father, right? You had to literally leave your children unattended by themselves while you go out to work, because, these American jobs, they don't incentivize you being home with your children. They honestly don't. The most that these companies, depending on what type of company you be with, right? The most that they would do is probably give you like an incentive to help you pay for daycare. That's it. But y'all know that daycare is very expensive. You're almost paying like $200 to $300 just for one child. That's for one child. And they try to incentivize that, but that's not enough. It's that incentivize that they're doing is no more than what, about 10% or less? That ain't nothing. Imagine you have more than one children, like 5 children, they all young. You have to pay all this money. It's people who are paying thousands of dollars for their children to attend daycare. That is literally a damn car note. I'm just saying.
That's bullshit.
That is literally a car note, y'all. So part of that, I get it and I understand that. I understand the concept. But however, in her particular situation, I believe that she should have had used emotional intelligence. What I mean by that, instead of her grabbing the children and putting her into her federal work vehicle. She should have kept them children in that daycare, make sure that she had continued with her business at the daycare, then walk out together with her children. Then if she needed to have them in there temporarily, so they could cool off or whatever the case may be, then you do what you got to do in that situation, but you don't leave them unattended, period. It's that simple. She was saying that she was waiting on her nigga to come and stuff, right? Her man to come. She should have waited at that daycare in cool AC with her children for her man to come. That daycare is not going to kick you out of that building, depending on what time you make it there. Now, if you make it there during closing hours, then that's different. But if you're there prior before closing hour, they're not going to kick you out that daycare. No. Especially when they know you're waiting on somebody to come get them. They're not going to do that. So she could literally sit there and wait on this dude to show up. They could be in cool AC. She could still be in the daycare. If the daycare allow for them to, go into the playroom where they could play and color for a little bit until they ride show up, then do that. Instead of using illogical decisions. I'm just saying. That make way more sense than for her to make the decision like she did. Her decision had cost her temporarily restraining order against her children. A lot of people want to blame the child father, but hey, we got to hold her accountable as well too, because she the one who made the choice and decision to do this to begin with in the first place, regardless if he set her up or not. And let's be real about this too. Like this lady, she's sitting up here talking about this, right? She's sitting up here talking about, man, the man need to be held accountable for this and that and that. Do y'all know that it's women who does this to their baby daddy all the time? But it goes unreported. It goes unrecorded. Or you know what? A matter of fact, it do be recorded, right? But guess what? The women be champion. They do. They literally be champion. Yeah, girl. Yeah. You did that thing to him. Let's before we get to these other videos, I want y'all to listen to what she had to say about this. All right. Did I pull that clip up? Hold up. Let me pull this clip up. I think I forgot to leave it out. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this clip up real quick, because she actually gave her explanation to why she did what she did. All right, so let me get this real quick. Those of y'all who are sub up, make sure you not only sub up to the channel, but make sure you thumbs up the live as well too, because it helps out the content. All right, today we're talking about the U.S. postal worker woman. She decided that she wanted to leave her children in this vehicle. The one child father ended up pulling up on her, recording her, and he ended up getting a temporary restraining order against her, where she had to go to a hearing. So she won't be able to see her children until after the hearing. Okay, so let me see if I can get this clip. I think it's this one right here. Is it? Let me see. No, this is not it. I think this is a double clip. Let me see. All right, hold up. Give me 1 second. Let me drop it real quick. Let me drop it real quick, because I know I got it. Yes, right here. I missed out on that. How did I miss out on that? All right, so let me drop it for y'all real quick so y'all can hear her explanation behind this, okay? Talk among yourself real quick while I get this together. All right, we got it, y'all. We got it together. Now, let's listen to what she had to say about this whole entire situation. All right, let's get it.
Hey guys, hi. I know you saw that video of me and my kids in that mail truck, and he tried to, well, the kid's father tried to make it seem like I was delivering mail out of my truck with my kids, which I wasn't. I was actually in front of the daycare waiting on my guy to come get my kids. And that's it, because he said he couldn't get them. If you couldn't get them, why were you there? And I was there picking up my kids and waiting. And the only reason why they was in that mail truck with the door closed, because I told my daughter to get the kids up in there and close it, which it was AC blowing. But I told her to get them in there and close it, so he wouldn't take my kid to him and a brother. Basically, they tried to set me up to make it seem like I'm an unfit mother so he can get off child support. And I'm so tired. I've been going through this for a year and a half, and I've been trying to ignore it because I'm like, I'm not going to give him my energy. But now you're trying to jeopardize my job. And then he put emergency full custody in place, meaning like he put in the order protection. So therefore, I cannot be around my kids until April 15 when we go back to court. And it's killing me. This is wrong, but I'm trying to stay strong because anybody know me, I love my babies. I'm not no unfit mother. I've been on my job for 10 years. I'm not going to jeopardize my job. And I even help him get in the post office. I'm not going to jeopardize my job and ride around with my kids. I'm not going to do that. And I don't even have a car right now, but I'm working on getting a car because I gave him my car back because I don't want nobody, I didn't want him to know what kind of car I got. I even had to move because he was harassing me. And I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. So, look, I did put a GoFundMe up. Like, look, I just need some help trying to get a family law lawyer. Anybody got some information, send me the best one. I just need help. I need my kids back. I can't. I work too hard. I'm not no unfit mother. I can't.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Wait a minute. So she sit up here and said that she don't have a car, right? Understandable. You don't got a car, but okay. She don't have a car. She been working at the post office for 10 years, right? Something's not adding up. It did also. She created a GoFundMe as well too. What the?
That's bullshit.
I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious to want to know how much do a U.S. Post Office worker makes a year. I'm kind of curious on that. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna want to ask my co-host this question. All right, I'm gonna ask my co-host this question because we need to want to find this out. All right, my co-host is ChatGPT. All right, I actually named my co-host ChatGPT a name. Okay, so she's gonna help me out in the situation. Okay, so check this out. All right, so we first find this out for real. We finna find this out. We are fixing to find this out. Hey, Pukisha.
Yeah, I'm here. What's on your mind, Irvin?
Pukisha, I got a question for you. How much do a U.S. federal post office worker makes a year?
According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median annual wage for postal service workers was about $57,870 in May 2024. Of course, that number can vary depending on experience and location, but that gives you a general idea.
Gotcha. If you have 10 years of experience, how much do they make annually?
So with about 10 years of experience, a mail carrier might make somewhere between $56,000 and $64,000 a year. Of course, it can vary a bit depending on the location and other factors, but that's a pretty good ballpark.
Okay, so the location is in Chicago. So what is their annual salary if they've been working for 10 years?
So in Chicago, with about 10 years of experience, a USPS mail carrier might earn around $52,000 to $54,000 a year. It can vary a bit depending on the specific role and any overtime, but that's a good estimate.
Okay, I appreciate that, Pukisha.
You're welcome, Urban. If you have any more questions or anything else you want to chat about, just let me know.
All right, cool. All right, so according to Pukisha, right, she says that the average post worker working for 10 years, making roughly about 56 to 57,000 a year annually. So you mean to tell me that she don't have a car and she's making 56,000 a year? And she literally using the company vehicle? Well, I'll put it this way. She is unauthorized in using the company vehicle to go pick up her children from daycare?
That's bullshit.
And y'all still say that this is the baby daddy's fault because she decided to pull up to the daycare in a company vehicle and she put the children in a federal company vehicle?
That's bullshit.
Wow. So she make this money, right? And she can't afford to get a car. She make this money and she wanted to put her child father on child support where she make more than enough money to support not only herself, but her children.
That's bullshit.
Let's listen to some other videos as well too. Let's listen to what other people got to say about this.
So she did comment and clarify that it was for legal reasons, so I feel like that means that I can go ahead and tell y'all. But first, this is her account, and her GoFundMe link is in her bio, and I know a lot of y'all are asking for that, so go over there. She has raised so much money already, so she's so close. So everybody go over there, give her all the support, do all the things. Here you go, y'all. So a lot of people did actually comment his stuff in the comments already, so some of y'all have already seen it, but this is his Facebook page, and I ain't gonna hold y'all. He just looked like somebody that is gonna give a woman hell because he's bitter. Like, I can't explain it.
I came with these people, but go ahead, continue.
Now, his real name is Marvin, not Mandela. This is the video that I was referring to that is very clearly a USPS carrier uniform. And if y'all haven't seen it already, this is the motion he filed for the emergency custody. Y'all please screenshot or pause to read his little whatever the hell this is. Because at the bottom.
All right, so according to the motion that he put out in the state of Illinois, I'll summarize because I already read it. So long story short, he was saying in the best interest of the children, it is better for him to have temporary custody over the children because she had put the children in an unsafe condition. He also mentioned in the report that she was limited on, certain resources such as having a vehicle and all these different other things to properly attend the children. All right. So that's what he said, long story short. All right. And so the judge looked at that. They filed an emergency restraining order and he ended up getting temporary custody over children. Now, everyone on the internet is outraged because this dude did this, but y'all got to understand this. Women been doing this to men for years. Once again, women been doing this to men for years, especially married women who are going through a divorce and they know they got children. Let me say this again. Especially married women who are going through divorce and know that they got children. They would literally sit up and file this temporarily restraining order and stuff, right? And you could file it and it get granted right then and there. They're not going to even think nothing of it. They're like, okay, granted. And you just easily file it and stuff, right? And it could be fraudulent, for us what the judge is concerned. All they care about is that you pay the money to the office of the clerk. And that's it. That's all they care about. So women been doing this for years where they'll sit up and file temporary restraining orders against dudes, especially against their husband, that the divorce and stuff, right? Sit up and make a bogus claim saying that they're being abusive towards them and all kind of crazy stuff. Every single time. And they'll grant this. And guess what? That dude ended up getting removed from their property that they both had worked on getting together. He be removed from receiving, time with the children and all the stuff there, right? And guess what? We don't see no TikTok videos or people talking about the emotional damage that it does to the father because the mother's being vindictive. We don't talk about nothing like that, period. We don't. But when it happens to the woman, oh, we want to be on Captain Save a Woman. We want to say, oh man, he's a deadbeat dad because he's doing this and that and that. Now we can't have a double standard. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Just like I say, women do this all the time to men. So when a man does this to the woman, oh, it's an outrage. I'm just saying. I'm just calling for what it is. But let's continue.
Where it says the video was posted online and it went viral on TikTok and Facebook. That let me know everything I needed to know. Like, sir, you knew what you were doing. Like, please be so fucking for real. A lot of people saying that like this is fake, this is a money grab, this is scripted. This is real. Like, these are real. This is a real court case going on. And that's the only reason why I'm showing y'all this to prove to the point that like this is not fake. Like, this is real life. And he very much did try to get rid of child support. Like I told y'all, like this really is happening. His page really is boring. I'm not gonna hold y'all. He doesn't really post a lot. He gets tagged.
So what's also crazy about this situation is that this particular content creator, she decided to take it upon herself to publicly dox this dude. And the reason why she do it is not because she's trying to protect this woman or anything like that. She's doing it because she feels some type of way about that. Remember what I told y'all earlier about how the way modern women think and behave. They always use their feelings over logic and reasoning. Okay? So she felt like that she needed to bring this information out. So guess what? Other people could go on his Facebook account and start doxing him, and start harassing him, and start calling him a deadbeat and all this different other stuff, all because they only know one side of the story. And that's it. And at this point, they're not going to even hear his side of the story at all, period. Even if he were to go public and tell them about the other side of the story. That's what makes this situation crazy.
And a lot of stuff by his mother. That's why I said that he's very much a mama's boy, because it's very clear that he is. But like stuff like this, like in a serious relationship, am I wrong for no explanation or proof if my partner suspects that I'm entertaining other people or cheating? Like, I feel like that speaks to his mental, like his character.
So she literally went onto this dude's Facebook page. He said this question of the day for everybody: keep it all the way 100. In a serious relationship, am I wrong for no explanation or proof if my partner suspect that I am entertaining other people or cheating? And this post was almost like 2 years ago. So she literally went back to a post over 2 years ago to try to prove that there's something mentally wrong with this dude. What the hell?
That's bullshit.
If y'all women really want to get married, start acting like a wife. Vice versa to the fellas. And if I'm not mistaken, around that time they
even in this post is back in 2022.
May or may not have been together, or maybe starting to be together. I don't know all those details, but like, this is what type of man we dealing with, y'all. Ask and you shall receive. Here's the man in the hour. So there you go, y'all.
All right, so she did a one follow-up video as well too. Let's listen to what she got to say.
I found the baby dad, y'all, but I'm really scared to tell y'all because I know that y'all are gonna go and flood his accounts because I unintentionally sent y'all over there to him, which is like not my intention at all. I just know everyone is curious as to who the baby dad is. I found his mama too. Now that was an accident. I did not mean to find grandma. I am exceptionally talented at finding.
No, you did that intentionally. Stop with the bullshit.
That's bullshit.
You did it intentionally because you felt that it was your duty to find out everything about this dude, his family, his mom. Hell, you probably found out his brother. You probably found out about his auntie, uncles, and all that crazy stuff because you wanted to do that.
People and information on the internet, and I honestly really shouldn't be this good at it. Like, it's really like my superpower, for real. But I can tell y'all this is not the first time that he is filed for an emergency, like, custody type situation, but he wasn't granted it last time.
No, it's not an emergency custody, okay? What he filed was a temporarily restraining order, all right? Whenever you file a temporary restraining order, they automatically, once granted, they'll automatically make that person be temporarily custodial of the children until an actual hearing. Okay.
He also did file to like get rid of child support, so that part is true. He also works with.
I don't mean to keep pausing y'all, cause she keeps saying some bullshit. All right. She keep re-emphasizing about the child support thing and stuff, right? To try to make it seem like this dude is bad. To be quite honest with y'all, I don't see a problem with anyone filing a motion to where they get their child support either reviewed, modified, or removed. Now, keep in mind, this is not just a man issue when we're talking about child support, even though it is commonly being known as men receive child support. There are women who receive child support as well, too. So my question is this. Are we going to keep that same energy on women who do the same as that thing, who filed a temporary motion to either get their child support order modified or even removed? I'm pretty sure y'all not.
Post office from what I've seen, because he posted a video which appears to be a USPS carrier uniform. He also seems to be very much a mama's boy, I can say that, and he's in his 40s, so he's old as hell acting like this. And the only thing that's stopping me from like telling y'all who he is and like how to find him is because,
well, you already did that on the first video, but
when she posted her GoFundMe, she included a picture of the motion for emergency custody that he filed on their case, and she crossed out his name. So I don't know if she crossed out his name like for legal reasons, like just to protect herself legally, or because like she genuinely doesn't want us to know who it is. And I don't want to be the person that disrespects the fact that she doesn't want us to know, but at the same time it's like it's public information. So I'm morally struggling with this information, and I already.
So another reason why I wanted to share this clip with y'all with this particular lady who's a content creator on TikTok, right, is because over here on the lounge, I've been telling y'all extensively about how the way modern women is and how chaotic they are. They love chaos. They love drama as well, too. That's why they gravitate towards anything that deals with drama content, all right? This situation is no difference. If this woman literally had redacted the child's father information, right, if this woman literally redacted the child's father information, that obviously should tell you that she don't want his public information out there. It may be a reason behind it. Have y'all ever considered by doing this situation that it will make her look bad and make him look good? Have y'all ever considered that? No, you don't, because people operate out of emotions and feelings instead of logic and reasoning. Okay? But she literally went against this woman, right, and said, you know what, I'm kind of struggling on this, but I really want to do it. The reason why she really want to do it because she's chaotic as hell. That's why. It's the only reason why.
And I already know y'all gonna be like, tell us, because y'all are messy and nosy like me, and I like that. But again, I don't know if I should tell y'all. I don't know.
Which in the other video, she already told us all the information that we need to know. You know what I'm saying, about dad and the child's father, and then she went into detail. She went into this dude Facebook account. Hell, she even looked up the dude damn mama. The mama don't even have nothing to do with the case. She went and look up his mama and everything. Like, damn. Wow. Once again, shout out to everyone who's tuned into the stream right now. We are covering the situation with the woman UPS worker. She had her children in a federal vehicle. According to the reports, it's saying that it was the one child's father that pulled up. Originally, it was saying that it was the brother that pulled up, but me doing a little bit digging on it, they saying that it was actually the child father who actually pulled up, and he started recording. He recorded that his children was in this vehicle while the mom went back into the daycare to handle some whatever type of business while she was waiting on a ride to come pick the children up. Now, I have made my statement on this particular situation that I'm saying at this moment, it's not necessarily this dude's fault for recording, but it's absolutely her fault for leaving them children unattended in that van. She left her children unattended in that federal van where she had other options to utilize. She decided that the best course of action in this situation was to put them in this van, close the door, and turn on the AC. No, that is not the best course of action. That is not. because anything could have happened to the children. What if some random stranger would have walked up and opened up the door and snatched them children? Y'all know good and well in this country right now, we're dealing with a lot of trafficking situations, right? Where children be trafficked all the time. So you mean to tell me that her logical reasoning is for her to leave the children with her older 13-year-old daughter, close the van up and stuff, right? And have her daughter guard while she go back into the vehicle? Going back into the building and handle business? No, that's some bullshit.
That's bullshit.
No, you're putting the children at risk. The logical thing that she should have had did in that situation to prevent all of this was to leave them children in that building with her at that daycare. It's that simple. All she had to do is finish taking care of her business with the children with her. They'll be in the AC. They'll have a form of entertainment while they're waiting on the ride to show up. It's that simple. But she the one who decided to make that mistake. She did. Now, once again, we want to blame it on the child father. We want to blame it because he don't want to be on child support, whatever, granted, whatever, okay? But the fact of the matter remains is this. Legally speaking, she is considered as the custodial parent over them children, period. Meaning that it is her responsibility to protect them children at all costs. You don't put your children in situations where it could hurt them or harm them in any type of way, period. Let alone, she let them children in a federal vehicle. Now, whose fault is it that she don't have vehicle transportation? Is it the United States Post Office fault that she don't have transportation? Is it her baby daddy fault that she don't have transportation? Whose fault is that? Let's be real. Let's have this conversation. Who honestly fault is that? It's not nobody's fault but hers. Whose fault is it that she should have had adequate person to pick them children up? Because just like I say, she could very easily she could very easily have anyone on that list to pick them children up besides the child father. Whose fault is that? It's not nobody else but hers. Because once again, she is the legal custodial parent of them children. So that means it is her responsibility to make sure that she provide and protect them children at all costs, even if the child father is not a part of their life, period. I'm just saying. Y'all want to know what make this situation even more worse, right? What make it even more comical, right? What make the situation even more worse and even more comical is that you have these simps out there that want to support this situation. Y'all think I'm lying about this? Check this out, y'all. I can't make this shit up at all, period. See, we don't want to we want to make this situation where it always be the dude's fault. Every single time. It's your fault for this. It's your fault for impregnating a woman. It's your fault for impregnating her. It's your fault for doing this. It's your fault to, choosing better, whatever the case may be, right? But we rarely don't want to hold the woman accountable for her choice and decision too. But this is the reason why women get away with the stuff that they do. Is because simp-ass behavior like this. Exhibit A. Listen to this.
Chose to gaslight her. Went over there to provoke her. We're not even going to address the fact that you opened up a federal vehicle. Spent your time trying to gaslight her, talking about hit me. Why would you want her to hit you for? Seems like you wanted to go viral. You wanted that moment. In front of her kids? Now, if this situation would have went left...
Now, notice what this simp dude said. He said in front of her kids. He didn't say in front of their kids. He said in front of her kids. Beta energy all the way.
Beta! Spent your time trying to gaslight her, talking about hit me. Why would you want her to hit you for? Seems like you wanted to go viral. You wanted that moment. In front of her kids? Now, if this situation would have went left and a black father pulled up on you, not knowing the situation, would have been a damn hashtag. because you trying.
Now he's mentioned the fact about you have these other simps like himself, right? That feel like that they need to protect every woman in the world for some crazy ass reason. I already debunked this situation. I already encourage men out there that you should not put yourself in this situation, period. Your only duty is for you to protect the people who are in your immediate circle, which is it's either your girlfriend, your wife, your daughter, whoever it is. They deserve that provision and protection, not you, dumbass. So you're going to simply pull up in a situation and try to protect a woman that you don't even know. Wow.
To go viral. You wasn't helping the situation. You just as bad as the endangerment. In this case, you was the endangerment. Right now in 2025, there ain't no protection for black women and black men. But I gotta say this, my black men, what the hell is going on? We supposed to be covering our women, not exposing them at their lowest? Supposed to shield them from the world, not shame them? That's the problem right there. When are we gonna defend our own? Everything going on in the world right now, that's the exact reason why they keep doing it. Now what, USPS gonna fire her, right? They not gonna uplift her? Talking about a black mother right here. No statement.
No, the reason why the post office would consider terminating her employment is because she the one, once again, she the one who opened up a federal vehicle, put her children in that federal vehicle, unauthorized. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
No support and no kid. That's what we get. I don't know if USPS gonna do something. 9 times out of 10 they will. We gotta protect this woman, because if it was another race, they would've. We cannot allow them to erase her. And right now it's time to rebuild that damn village. The village that neither one of us got. We need to start recording and start responding when it means protecting our own people. If you see a mother slipping, help her. Ask questions, offer help. Because if we don't protect each other, nobody will. Everybody's so busy to expose somebody. But if we keep turning on each other just like this, we better be damn sure they gonna believe we ain't got no protection. They still gonna keep doing what they've been doing. Right now, we losing. Y'all ain't gonna wake up. To the guy that record, you see that village that you just burned down? One day you gonna need it. And you gonna wish somebody understood your situation. And again, I'm not saying that she's right. But sometimes, as you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. This was another race, they wouldn't have recorded her. They would have stepped in and did something about it. Unfortunately.
You see how very easy for us to not hold each other accountable, but we want to constantly make up excuses for it. Now, the main excuse that they're making up is that, hey, you know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to want to protect your children. Now, the best thing you could do to protect your children is to use logical and reasoning to protect your children. You don't have to be emotional doing emotional thing to protect your children. By the way, let me go on the big screen for this so y'all dumbass can stop talking about this silly shit, okay? We have it bad sitting up here mentioning about, you know, the black race, mentioning about black America, that we all need to stick together and stuff, and different things like that, right? We got it bad talking about this, right? But at the same breath, we mentioned that we're not a damn monolith. So which one is it? Are we a village or we're not a monolith? Which one is it? Because obviously, due to what we're dealing with culture right now in the black community, we're not a monolith. There are plenty of people, podcasters, and everybody say, yo, we're not a monolith. But at the same time, yo, we got to be a village. But at the same time, we don't want to hold each other accountable for our bullshit decisions that we make. Which one is it? Instead of us sitting up here, I always want to place the blame game. We want to place the blame game. We want to make excuses. Why not start holding ourselves accountable for the choices and decisions that we make? Why not do that? Change starts with accountability, period. It doesn't start by you being all hyper emotional, what you assume that things should be based on how the way you feeling in that moment or your upbringing or whatever the case may be. No, change starts with accountability, period. I told y'all that this year is the year of accountability, period. It is. Nothing's going to happen if you don't hold people accountable for their behavior. It is what it is, period. So if you want to still jump on that bandwagon separate, talking about the black community, we need to stick together, but at the same damn time, y'all talking about y'all not a monolith, go ahead. By all means, it's never going to change because we don't want people to correct our behavior. We don't want to be held accountable. We don't. We don't want to be held accountable for nothing. We want to be coddled every single time. We want to use things like a Me Too movement. We want to use feminism. Hell, I'm going to be straight real with y'all. We even want to use the red pill of the black manosphere as a coddling mechanism instead of holding ourselves accountable. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. But let's continue, y'all.
Fortunately, the situation is not that. And if nobody told you, Chemo told you. Stay motivated and protect black women. Because that could have been your sister.
It gets worse, y'all. It gets worse.
Hey, so by now, I guess everyone would have seen the video that's going around of the man who opened the mail carrier truck and found the 3 kids in the back, and the woman driver was the worker. And apparently the goal was to make the woman look like an unfit mother. Well, apparently, after doing some researching, I'm learning that apparently the father of the 3 kids, his name is Mandalay Jones, age 42 years old, kind of set up the baby's mom.
All right, real quick, y'all, real quick. The biggest thing that stick out with me in this gentleman is why in the hell do this dude got a goddamn TikTok filter on his face?
What?
Why do he got a TikTok filter on his face? What the hell?
Beta.
See, this is one of them main reasons why women be separate calling dudes sassy as hell. This is see, damn it. This is why we be having a misrepresentation with men. Get the old sassy ass dudes with a TikTok filter on her, sitting up here trying to be a goddamn beta sim and defend this damn woman.
Beta.
The baby's mom set up the baby's mom by having his brother go to the location and open up the truck. And apparently Mandela Jones, the father of the 3 kids, was upset because the mother had just filed some child support papers on him and he didn't want to pay. Brothers, Mandalay, and any of you listening, we have got to do better. Like, it's just not worth it. And it's certainly not working for all these clicks and baits. Yes, I may get a few views for this and others may get views for this, but it's really, really not worth it at the end of the day, fellas. Like, stop the nonsense. So if it's true about Mandalay Jones being upset and he set up the mother to make her look like an unfit mother, you know, shame on you, brother. Shame on you. Folk, let me know if this is accurate and what you think about the situation. It's like trending like crazy right about now.
So I had did a show almost like about 4 months ago, right? I had did a show reacting to a mother in Michigan. Okay, there's a mother in Michigan. She had she was homeless essentially. It was her children, and her I believe her mother as well too. She was homeless. She didn't have, they didn't have money or whatever, and they was living in a van. And so what they was doing in Michigan was that they was parking at, different hotels or, whatever stuff, right? And they'll park at this hotel and they'll sleep at this hotel. And so they'll have the vehicle, running and stuff, right? So they can have, heat. Because during that time, it was the winter time in Michigan, okay? What ended up happening was this. What ended up happening is that one day, the children had died from hypothermia, okay? The children had died from hypothermia. The mother had got charged for manslaughter over them 2 children. But here's the plot twist on this. Guess what the people of YouTube was sitting up here saying about that situation? You got it. They were sitting up here blaming the children's father for not taking the children. Once again, that was blaming the children's father for not taking the children to begin with in the first place. When I had did that show, I had revealed to y'all how the way that these modern women think and they operate. That dude made different attempts to literally try to get the children, but she the one who withheld them children from him. She the one who chose to have them children in a certain type of environment that finally, when it got critical, right, one day she finally broke down and decided to call this dude to tell her, hey, can you want to get the children for this particular moment? He said he couldn't do it because he was busy doing something. After that moment, that's when the children end up passing away from hypothermia. But once again, social media, TikTok and all that stuff, they was blaming the child father instead of blaming the mom for even having them in that condition to begin with in the first place. This situation is no different for how the way social media is sitting up here doing this dude. Now, we can all agree that what he did to her was a setup. We could agree to that. We could agree that he plotted that moment and he ended up on setting her up and he ended up doing what he had to do to get his children. We could agree to that. It is what it is. Once again, this is no different for what women do to men all the time in this situation. It's no different. But the whole point of it is that we as men, we'll always be the one who be to blame. Every single time. They don't never hold the woman accountable. Like even right now, and I see people in the one comment section right now that talking about it. Not at once. They have not held this woman accountable for having this children unattended in a federal vehicle that she put them in. Not holding her accountable. Not saying that, hey, sister, you know what, that was the wrong move that you should have made. Maybe you should have considered doing something differently instead of that. No, they're not going to say that. No. The reason they're not going to say it is because it's common to always blame the man for situations that women put themselves through, especially through their children. Every single time. Every time. Every time. And then you have these old simp dudes who post up on her saying all this simp stuff. Exhibit C.
I want to talk about the lady that was caught with the kids in her mail truck. So when everybody first seen the video, they thought that she was at work with her kids in the back while she was doing what she had to do. Now, even if that was the truth, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. You know why? Because in my lifetime, I've had to do some crazy shit with my kids. I've had to bring my kids to work. You get what I'm saying? It's a very uncomfortable situation.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did this Negro said that he had to bring his kids to work?
What?
Hold on, man. Wait a minute.
If that was the truth, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. You know why? Because in my lifetime, I've had to do some crazy shit with my kids. I've had to bring my kids to work.
You know what? I have been through situations in my life as well too, which once again, those of y'all who follow the lounge, me being transparent about my life and situation, things I went through, y'all know the story. Never in my life have I ever decided to bring my kids to work with me. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. I would never compromise my children like that to put them into an unsafe condition, let alone to literally jeopardize my job because I have my children at work. That is crazy. Why would you do something like that? But once again, that deals with that emotional ideology, thinking that emotion trumps logic. In situations like that, what I have done is this. If I knew I didn't have nobody, I ran out all of my progressions where I didn't have absolutely nobody to get my children right. Guess what I did? I called the hell out for work. I like, hey, I can't come in. Why you can't come in? Sure, because I don't have nobody watch my kids, and I'm not gonna take them to work, and I'm not going to want to jeopardize their safety just so I could come to work. So we just gonna have to do this another day. Well, we're gonna have to dock you or whatever your doctor pay. Do what you got to do. But my priority is with my children. Period. It's that simple. I don't know why we make situations harder than what it needs to be. If you don't have adequate support with your children, you got to do what you got to do. But at the same time, you have to make sure that you always doing things in the best interest of your children, period. Because that's how the way the courts are going to look at that. Period. That's the reason why that dude got a temporary restraining order, because the courts look at it as though, hey, this woman literally left these children unattended. These children could have got snatched. They could have been trafficked and different things like that. And so she's not thinking logically right now. So we're gonna do what's in the best interest for these children by granting him temporary custody over these children with a restraining order. That's how the way the courts see it. Not by emotions, not based on how they feeling, because, oh man, she don't got a car. I understand that she don't got a car, so she needed to put them into the federal work vehicle. Oh, that's okay. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Hell no, the courts don't think like that. The courts don't think like that at all, period. I'm just saying. But like I say, we don't want to hold her accountable. We don't want to hold her accountable for the decisions that she made. And to be quite honest with y'all, I keep reiterating this and reiterate this about the child father, but women do this very often to dudes all the time. That's why I don't have no sympathy for it at all, period, because I know women do this all the time. It just so happened that a man, he won up this woman and he did the same exact thing that women do. Women utilize the system against men all the damn time, especially with the office of attorney general. He just did the same as that thing. So what's the difference? So all this sit up here getting mad, you should be, he's a nothing dude. He's blah, blah, blah. Man, squash all that bullshit for real. Forget that. Nope. They ain't give you no pass on that because y'all do it all the time. So nope.
You get what I'm saying? It's a very uncomfortable situation, but shit, I'm a parent and I got to do what I got to do. Now, let's get to the person that was filming. That was her baby daddy. That was the father of those kids who, come to find out, set her up. She was not at work. When you guys see the video of him opening the door, she was not at work. She wasn't clocked in. She was at a daycare center waiting for somebody to come get the kids or something like that, right? There's another video that's came out already. I want to talk to the dude that opened the door, which is supposed to be the father.
All right, go ahead, Beta King.
You a buster. You a weirdo.
This dude literally set up here, called this dude a buster and a weirdo.
Beta.
You a buster. You a weirdo for putting your children in a predicament to be on the internet and talked about forever. I would never in my life even think about filming my daughter for anything and putting her on the internet where that video is going to live forever. You was being selfish and you was acting like a female.
So let's think about this logically, all right, based on his argument, okay? He calling this dude a buster and a weirdo for pulling his phone out, recording this incident, presenting it to the office attorney general, right? Versus her leaving her children in a federal vehicle unattended with the risk of any type of strangers walking up to that vehicle and snatching them kids. Which one is worse? A viral video or losing your children due to trafficking for a lifetime? Make that make sense to me. I think y'all some weirdos for real, not thinking about it in that logical sense.
Which is weird, bro. You get no respect because, like I said, I've had to do some shit that I didn't want to do to get to where I had to be. I've had to bring my kids to work. You get what I'm saying? So that shit is weird, bro. And it's actually disgusting. With all that, listen, we already enemy number one on the internet, bro.
Oh, Lord. Here we go again with this black bullshit. Here we go.
Right? We already enemy number one on this internet. Everybody hate us. Everybody talk about us. And you gave them more ammo. You're weird, bro. And you need to be disciplined, to be honest. Like, you need real discipline.
Hey, this dude said this grown man needs to be disciplined like I ain't nothing. He said, bro need to be disciplined. Like how? How the hell he gonna be disciplined? Please explain this to me. How he gonna be disciplined? Well, who's gonna discipline him? the black community? Hell, y'all say that y'all not a monolith. So how the hell you gonna discipline when y'all not even the monolith to get with in the first place? Boy, I tell you. Oh Lord, but it gets worse, y'all. The simply does get worse, man. And just like I say, I just don't understand why these dudes send up her simply for this woman that they don't even know at all. I don't get it. She's not gonna hop in your DMs. She's not gonna hop in your DMs. She's not gonna say, "Hey, I appreciate you for protecting me, Black King. I wish there were more Black Kings out there." She's not gonna do that. She's not gonna give you proper respect or anything like that. She's not. Not at all, period. She's not going to come to your aid and rescue if you need anything and stuff, right? She's not going to do that. She's not going to vouch for you. She's not going to use her platform to do none of the things for you, Black King. So why are you sitting up here wasting your time doing it? That's weird to me.
And after I did my video, I looked back at my video and it did seem like I...
Hold on. Let me do this video first. All right, let me do this one. We'll do this one.
Here go a little update. I'm really feeling some type of way. I feel for this lady. She lost her kids. She don't have her kids right now. I was a kid that was taken from my mama because my daddy didn't want to pay child support. My daddy made me think that my mama was an unfit parent. So my daddy did everything he could to get me taken from my mama. He got people to help him write letters to say how bad of a parent my mama was.
Wait a minute. So are we still going to go with this foolish argument? Keep saying that the reason why the dude is simply trying to get custody over the children is because he don't want to pay child support? Wait a minute. Well, once again, let's think about this logically again, okay? If this dude don't want to pay child support, right? Why is he trying to fight for custody to prevent from paying child support? That doesn't make any sense. If he don't want to pay child support, do y'all know that all he got to do is flee the country and he don't have to pay child support, period? That's all he got to do. If he know that the children are his, all he got to do is get a passport and leave. Go to another country. He'll never have to deal with child support ever again. If it's that serious. All he got to do is not be a part of the children's life. There are ways around child support, okay? All he had to do is not work at a federal job. He could work jobs where he could just, work jobs where he's not reporting the W-2. And therefore, he's not paying child support. So there are ways around that. I don't know if y'all are aware of that or not, but there's ways around not paying child support. So make it make sense to me. Because y'all keep saying that the argument is that he don't want to pay child support. But at the same time, this dude trying to fight for custody over his children. That doesn't make any sense to me, period. If he don't want to have nothing to do with his children or anything like that, or child support, he wouldn't try to fight for custody over his children. That's weird. But once again, we think about stuff with our emotions instead of thinking things out of logic and truth.
And then next thing you know, my daddy stashed me at my grandparents' house. I found out a lot of stuff as I became an adult and I started talking and I started asking questions. So my daddy stashed me at my grandparents, I guess till the heat died down. So then I went back to my daddy's house. Then I was taken from my daddy's house because while I was living with my daddy, it was a little bit of child abuse. They could call it what they want to call it. The hospital got the records and my body got the wounds to talk about it. So I was taken then from my daddy I lived back with my mama, and then I was just raised hell, and then I stayed with my grandparents from the time I was 12 to the time I was 18 years old when I moved out. It's sorry Negroes out here that just don't want to take care of their kids. Plain and simple. that woman doing what she can, and she even said in the video for the update that she was sitting in front of the daycare waiting on her baby daddy to come pick the kids up. The daddy and his brother was trying to take the kids. That's why she said get in the truck, sit in the truck. So that's the update for all the people that sitting there running their mouth. I feel some type of way because I can't stand when parents using their kids as pawns because they don't know how to emotionally sit down and handle situations, man. Damn.
So, one key thing that I do want to talk about what he said, and I actually do agree with him on this, okay? It's the whole responsibility about men, period. This is why, over here on the lounge, when I talk about the men, all right, this is why it is very important for us as men to be men to our children, period. The reason why is because if we're not being men to our children, if we're not being that support for them where they can handle their emotions and stuff, right, this is going to be the end resort where you're going to correct these beta male simp dudes, as we've been seeing on these videos, where they just hyper emotional for no damn reason, instead of using logic and reasoning. That's why it's important for fathers to be in their son's life, period. Once again, that's why it's important for fathers to be in their son's life, period, so they can bring that balance. If not, you leave them with mothers or grandmothers, whatever the case may be. The only type of energy that they have to mimic is that feminine estrogen type of energy, and they're going to mimic that. They're going to replicate that. They're going to put that into their being, and they're going to start acting feminine, sassy, acting like a damn beta, acting like a simp, and all this stuff there. So yeah, I agree that fathers most definitely need to be in their children's life, especially their son's life, for real. Because if not, this is going to be the end resort. This is the bullshit we're going to have to deal with every single time. So yes, we need to hold the men accountable for this situation that we're dealing with, to be quite honest with you. He had a follow-up video. Let's listen to what you guys said.
Was attacking just the black father that's out here being a sorry father. No, I'm talking about men in general. Like, this just happened to be a black man. I just happen to have a black daddy. But I'm talking about any man out here that don't want to take care of your child. Stop getting up in between these women's legs and shooting off in them without a condom on. And then the same goes for the women. Y'all stop letting these men do this stuff, like come inside you. I don't even know what I can say and can't say on TikTok. But be responsible adults, man. Women, start vetting these men as good as you can, and men, let's stop being sorry. If you bring a life into the world, help take care of it. It don't matter if you're with the woman or not with the woman. Why you trying to evade child support? Because you don't want to take care of a life you brought into this world. I just never understood it.
Now, he's reiterating the point that I made earlier, but I do want to address this because he made a very, very valid question. Why are men or people trying to evade child support? Okay. I'm going to give you the answer to this question. The reason why they try to evade child support is because the Office of Attorney General is not reasonably fair with they orders with child support. Let's keep it real. As of right now, we're looking at roughly about 25% more child support been taken out of the checks out of these parents and stuff, right? If I'm not mistaken. Matter of fact, let me ask my co-host this question. Let me ask her and stuff and see what she feel about this. Hey, Pukisha. Hey, Pukisha.
Hey there. What's up? What can I do for you this time?
Could you tell me how much the Office Attorney General take out for child support?
In Texas, the Office of the Attorney General usually charges a $35 annual service fee for child support cases if the parents haven't received temporary assistance for needy families. There's also a $3 monthly fee for processing payments through the state disbursement unit.
So if a father is making roughly about 40,000 a year, how much of that is he paying in child support with 2 children?
So in Texas, for 2 kids, child support is typically about 25% of the non-custodial parent's net income. If the father makes around $40,000 a year, that could come out to roughly $625 a month, depending on his deductions on specific circumstances. So that gives you a good ballpark figure.
And one last question, Pukisha. Do you honestly believe that father could live off of that income if he's getting the child support deduction?
That's a really thoughtful question, and honestly, it can be challenging. It really depends on the cost of living in his area, his personal expenses, and how well he budgets. It's definitely doable, but it might require some careful financial planning.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Pukisha.
You're absolutely welcome, Arvin. If you ever need anything else or just want to chat, I'm here. Thanks for the great questions.
So according to Pukisha, she letting y'all know that they take out roughly about 25% and including additional fees as well too through the Office of Attorney General. Now we made the hypothetical scenario of this father make about 40,000 a year. So if he making 40,000 a year and that's only 2 children that he's taking child support out of, right? That's about what, $600 a month that they see that he's taking out a child support. Now imagine if he had more children than that, about 3 or 4 children as well too. So this dude income is being reduced significantly. Now also due to the cost of living, depending on what state you at, right, the cost of living is high nationwide, period. So it is difficult and challenging for any type of man, or we can even say woman, to either live while paying child support. So this is the reason why these said people be literally evading child support. They're not doing it because they're being unfit parents and stuff, right? They doing it because they are weighing out the options of them trying to live their life. Period. That's the God honest truth. This is God honest truth why they do it. Now, let's talk about the people who put them on child support. To be quite honest with you, the people who put these men, or we can say even women, on child support is simply because they've been vindictive as hell. Let's keep it real. They don't need the money. They really don't. They don't need the money. That, just like what Pukisha told y'all 3 months ago, that little $600 additional money ain't nothing to them because they already making money. So they're doing it vindictively because they mad because of a failed ass relationship. Let's keep it real. That's the real reason why they put them on child support. Other than that, they wouldn't have no reason whatsoever to put that person on child support. But yet still, that's the argument that we want to make. That's the argument we want to make. We want to make, oh, you're evaded. You're a deadbeat parent because you're trying to keep for doing it. No, man, it's hard as hell living out there, and you got these additional fees that's coming out. And we're not even including, let's say hypothetically speaking, that same father and stuff, right? He went to college. He's paying on, student loans and debt and stuff, right? He's paying other living expenses as well too. You know what I'm saying? We're not even considering that. And also, we're not even considering if this dude is actually giving cash on hand as well too, to take care of certain expenses like daycare or medical expenses or different things like that. We're remotely considering that. But yet still, we want to say right off the bat, oh, you're a deadbeat parent because you don't want to pay child support. Man, shut the hell up.
That's bullshit.
Because y'all don't know the truth about none of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because once again, we tend to speak things, out of emotions instead of out of truth. You know what I'm saying? So we already seen this on video where she did her response on this, where she was talking about that she was being set up and all the good old stuff. And I already proved to y'all that at the end of the day, it really don't matter. At the end of the day, it really don't matter for the simple fact that she was the one. She's the custodial parent. She the one who made the decision to leave them children in that vehicle instead of having them inside of that daycare with her. She decided to do that, not him, not nobody else. So that is her fault that situation has happened. Now, once again, did this dude went to a certain extreme just so he could win the custody order over his children? Absolutely, he did. Yeah, I agree, he did. But at the same time, this is no different from any other person who does this in this situation, dealing with custodial battles and custody battles and with the office attorney general and different things like that. This is no different what other people would do all the time. But the only thing is that it goes untouched, it goes unreported. But when a man do it, oh man, hell break loose when a man do it. But when women do it, oh, you won, queen. You won, queen. Then last but not least, we never considered the ramifications of the dude's mental health. The mental health factor that he had to go through, the situation that he had to go through, paying child support, trying to fight custody of his children, dealing with a toxic baby mom, right? And on top of that, she mentioned her nigga, right? So I'm pretty sure that she got that nigga being a simp or a beta male over them children, because obviously she said that she was waiting on this dude to pick up them children. So now he thinking that he's stepdad mode. Now I'm stepdad mode, meaning that I'm the children's father. So I'm gonna do better than the actual children's father. And so now she's sitting up here pillow talking this dude, creating different narratives about their relationship. Now he feels some type of way, and he's dealing with that. The child father dealing with that emotional energy as well too. But yet still, we don't think about none of that. We don't consider none of them factors. We only see what we want to see, and we think about it emotionally instead of logically. But that's why I'm here for, to bring y'all the truth, to bring y'all awareness of this, to make y'all think about this. Now, at the end of the day, you don't have to agree with how the way I assess different situations. It's fine. It's okay. But I'm just here to give y'all a different perspective of this, to challenge y'all to think about it in a different point of view, to make you consider that, hey, it may be other factors that are contributing to these situations that we deal with. Okay? So that's all I have for this particular episode. I'm not going to open up the link on the call line today. I got stuff I got to do today. Normally I will, but I'm not. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole show. Y'all let me know what you think about this whole assessment. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Let me know in the comment section. I appreciate everyone who tuned into the show tonight. I do this. Let me go ahead and get to these comments real quick. Vaughn's in the chat. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. Vaughn, she said he's a simp for setting up the children murderer. She was doing what she had to do to survive. A buster move, trying to destroy her. 100. Then she followed up and said, I would have said that if it was the mother doing that to the child's father. 100. We got Lecky being in the chat, being very active. Lecky saying no, Urban isn't on preacher mode, he's more on devil time. Hey, that's not the only time people done call me the devil, by the way. I don't care. I don't care. I've been called worse. Actually, that's a compliment to me, to be honest with you. That's a compliment. But Lana, he said, Urban on preacher mode time. They like you follow up and say, okay, start taking accountability. What comes out of your mouth, you have the platform. This is not the only time I had people come over to the lounge and tell me how to dictate my show and how the way I should run my show and how the way I should present different information. This is not the only time, and this is not going to be the last time. So I'm going to give you the same solution, all right, since you mentioned this. The solution is this. If you don't like how the way I assess different situations over here in the show, nothing wrong with that, fine. But however, you got a YouTube account because you're commenting on her, right? All you could do is simply create your YouTube channel and you can show me how to do it. Show me how to do it. Show me how to do it what's right. And then if I look at it and I assess it and I feel that it could be a good fit for this channel, then I will implement it onto my channel. For real. Show me how it's done. But I'm pretty sure You're not going to do that because I'm pretty sure that you don't have a channel, and I'm pretty sure that you're not going to go through this whole process of being a content creator like I go through when I be going through the fire, when I be going through people pushing back on stuff that I talk about, where I be have a tough skin and everything. I don't have emotions taking the better or anything like that when people say things about me. But I'm pretty sure you may be that one who be having that type of emotional response because I'm looking at your comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at your comments, looking at your response, and how the way you're responding. Like this comment right here that you mentioned, talking about one of your baby mothers must have hit you in your pocket. See, that's an emotional response instead of using logic or reasoning. So I'm pretty sure even if you were to create the channel, you're going to have a remote or emotional response. And so therefore, you're going to not have your channel anymore because you ain't going to be able to handle it. And that's facts. That's facts. So I'm just saying. Vaughn, she said this. He's right. As child father, you should have handled that situation differently. Facts. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm just holding her accountable because, yes, she shouldn't have had the kids in that federal vehicle. She shouldn't have did that, period. That was not a good move at all, period. She had a lot of options that she could have utilized. Hell, if she had that company vehicle, hell, she could have got the children from daycare, right? Took the children to a designated meeting space, right? Like, hell, McDonald's or somewhere. I don't know. Drive up to McDonald's. Get them out the vehicles. Y'all sit down at McDonald's and eat ice cream and have a Happy Meal together and wait on your ride to show up. So she had plenty of different options she could have choose to prevent the situation, but she decided that the best course of action was to leave them children in that vehicle unattended. I don't agree with that at all, period. She's wrong. All right? So y'all let me know what you think about my whole assessment in the situation. Let me know how you feel about that and stuff, right? Even if you're catching the replay of the stream, let me know in the comments how you feel about it. I may respond back to you depending on what it is and stuff, y'all. So let me know that. Appreciate everyone who's here. Joe, I appreciate you in the building. And yes, I seen your comment earlier about your birthday gift. Yes, I meant to do it earlier, but circumstances was happening. I had bills to pay and all the stuff there. You know how it is, So I finally thought about it. Right? I was like, dang, I meant to support her and stuff, right? So I went on and did it. So I appreciate that you enjoyed that. All right, for real. Appreciate that. By the way, last but not least, by the way, make sure you sub up to Thriving with Glow channel. If she's still here, go ahead and drop her a link in the comment section. She do have phenomenal content. The show that she did last night, I enjoyed it very much. So make sure that you support her in that endeavor as well too. We got other content creators who are in the business as well too. Make sure you support these content creators as well too. All right. So other than that, y'all have a great and wonderful day or evening. Later on tonight, we do have another show that's coming up tonight, not on the lounge, but we have Tap In Podcast that's coming up tonight. Those of you who are not sub up to the channel, make sure you sub up to that channel. If you're a moderator, make sure you drop Tap In Podcast link into the comments where people can sub up to that channel so they could get more of this great thought-provoking content. All right. So other than that, y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all again on the next episode.